Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of the Foolsopolis here in City Skylines. Now guys, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been stressing the last few days. And that is because when I finished recording the Foolsopolis, I noticed something really weird when I stopped recording. There was a small little area of trees that weren't there when I had them in previously, so I put them in. I saved the game like normal, then kind of left it. I then go to load the save game up and the file corrupted. I don't know what happened. It was throwing up an error to do with the tree manager. I checked it to see maybe I've gone over the limit with trees. I haven't. I have the unlimited tree mod. I've only planted like 200,000. I have a limit of 1 million. It was really weird. But my file corrupted and I could not save it. And I'm thinking, no. Is this the end of Foolsopolis? But luckily I had a save game from a few episodes ago. It just meant that I had to kind of rebuild a few additional things. So we're back. Luckily I saved the game. I am now on top of it with trying to save it all the time in different locations. I've been stressed. But for you guys, you don't know any different. Which is kind of weird. But guys, welcome back to another episode of Foolsopolis. There is a few changes since last episode, but I've tried to rectify. I have improved a few little things, but we're pretty much back to where we once was. If you are enjoying it and want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new in here, make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when the next episode does come out. But bam, we are back. Now, I'll run through because some of you eagle-eyed viewers might be able to spot some of the things that are not in here right now. I did something with this area. It's not here no more. I'm so sorry. Kind of forgot it. I had to redo all the canal system coming down. I had to rebuild the airport. So, remember when I realized... Basically, remember the episode where I built this? Now, imagine what it looked like before I built this. This is where I had to load the save game from. So I had to rebuild all of this. I've actually made it a lot better, a lot more efficient. Rebuilt the airport right now, which I've redone the train lines, which I'll get onto this a little bit in just a moment. I've had to redo what I did last episode, which I think I've gone a little bit more tree crazy. I got too carried away with the trees, guys. I get too carried away with the trees right now. But this area is building up pretty nice anyway. We got 210,000 residents in here right now. So things are going swimmingly, boys. Swimmingly. And there we go. If there's a few things I have missed, let me know. I can't quite remember what I built since that episode. But with the train line, I do need to continue this train line coming all the way over. But I've made it a little bit more efficient. So they both come in. So if you're coming from the ship here, you're coming over. They can both make their way all the way down and both funnel inwards. Okay, they can't quite do it here because for some reason it's decided not to connect. What is going down, boys? All right, hold on. Boom, boom. Okay, we're back in. And yeah, they funnel both in and then they can go out. One of them, and it will be the inside route. So for that inside route right now, what that is this. Here, the train's coming from this way, comes this way, down on the inside route, bends round, drops off. It can then also go back down here, and it's on the inside still, so it'd have to kind of go back round again. It could switch to the outside lane, which will then make it have to go through the train station again. It's quite an epic, it really is. But I haven't finished this area. I haven't made it to what I want it to be just yet, but they both have the ability, both lines, to go to the train station and also continue on this line. One of them does have to kind of loop back around again, but I will change it up and kind of create a little bit of a crossroads to kind of connect them in, make it a little bit more efficient. But I think it looks a little bit better. I've got a little bit of extra train line too to make it look like a kind of like a little bit of a train yard too. And I've tried to make the runways a little bit more efficient as well, so not everyone's getting caught up on the same stand. I think things are a little bit better. I don't know. I do have to connect this up, which I will do at some point. But I want to take a look at building what we did last episode, which for me was not last episode, it's a different episode. Right, forget it. We're going to pretend like we're continuing on. I want to get this train line connected up here, the passenger train line. Bring passengers in. We'll set up like a nice little bus route, bringing past people over. So this area, the suburbs, slowly becomes a little bit more accessible. Now it does look a little bit different from the last suburbs that I created. Just kind of made it, again, a little bit more efficient, had a little bit more organization because now we understand what I'm doing. I want to get this highway connection here set up and also bump this highway as well into a little bit of a free laner. I don't know how it's going to work when it comes down to this because it's kind of 2 lanes to that point. Bit weird. We have a little bit of depth issue going on too. Hopefully, we've got the capacity. I think it's because we've recently had a lot of people moving in that the roads have been slightly backlogged. That the kind of, what's it called? The hearses have taken a little bit of an issue getting round. I want to also extend these roads coming down, linking down to here, and maybe readjust this little bit of highway so we can have like another on and off ramp too. So I'm basically making this area as connected as I possibly can. I've got to sort this back out again to link the train line up. It's going to be very interesting. So like I said, guys, if you are enjoying it, smash that like button down below. And if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe. So first things first, then we're going to work with the train line to bring a passenger line all the way over. So if I push this forward by 10, kind of connects them all together, you kind of get the stations both sides, and you can have like the bypassing route from the middle so trains can just tear through. And we need to create a beautiful little V coming off here. So if I went from here, a little bit too far back, if I go from there, I'm looking for a 21. And if I make that go pretty much straight, there we go. And a 21 from this direction. They should all be connected both in. Now, this train line on the left is the passenger train line, which is pretty handy for us. And I'm literally going to use the connection tool right now just to kind of connect it straight up. There's no ifs, no buts, no around it. It's just straight connection. I ain't playing any games, mate. I ain't playing any games. And that's as far as I can take the connection, get it all up there. So that's literally all it's going to do for now. Now, eventually, we'll continue to kind of go this way. I might kind of sink it down or elevate it. I don't know just yet, to kind of progress in this direction for anything I place over here. But by doing this, we're all pretty much connected. Now, I can bring that in slightly so I can create more of a little bit of a bend. A more natural turn-in. We'll bend these slightly as well. There we go. And then we'll set up a little train line. So from here then, we'll bring it on this side. The train line will run all the way to the center area. Now, I know there's not any, well, pretty much there's not any other stops. I mean, I could eventually add like another stop in somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe I could like drop it here, this there. Connect up all this industrial areas, having a nice little train passenger stop. But for now, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We don't actually have any passenger lines coming in. So this is going to come from this line, which gives us the option to pretty much stop at one of these two stops. So I'll make it stop at the first one right there, and then literally take it all the way back. So that's literally all it's going to do. Nothing fancy. It's not really that efficient, but it just kind of gives us an alternative option for people to travel over here because we don't have our metro spreading to the suburbs. So that's what we've got to do. Now we're going to set a nice little bus route up too. So it'll be a simple one, which eventually... Wait, whoa. I don't have any buses in Foolsopolis at the moment. That's crazy. That really is kind of crazy that I don't have any buses. I thought we had some buses at some point. Mental, mate. So I'll drop the little depot within the industrial area. Where can I squeeze it in? I'll pull it. I'll pull it just here. It doesn't really matter. It's just where the bus is going to pull out. But just kind of keep it away from any of the main areas. So for now then, we'll keep updating this route. We'll keep updating it. So if I just... I mean, I can't bring it into the car park. I can kind of bring it on the edge, but that'll cause traffic issues. So if I get it to stop just... Let's just go just here for now. And it'll come down. We'll have a stop just there. I'll bring it... I have a stop just here to collect people. So I'm going to bring it like a little bit of a ring road going around. Stop just there. Or having one here. So there. I'm trying to collect people in the surrounding areas. We'll then go for one just here. Again, collecting people around. I'm trying to make it as efficient as possible. One just there to collect these guys. One just there for that little shopping area. I'll then do one just there to collect these guys. So if you're living here, you can either walk to this one or walk to that one over there. We'll do some footpaths as well to, again, make it as efficient as I possibly can get it. We'll add this one just here to collect these guys around. And then bring it straight in to here. Simple route. I'll mimic it on the opposite side just for the sake of it. I don't know how busy this is going to be. So I'll have to like slightly adjust the bus routes accordingly. And like I said, this is not going to stay here forever. It's just going to be a little bit of a placeholder route for now. Because once I start building on the other side down here, we'll have to make the routes so much more efficient. So we'll keep that as it is for now. No matter where you live, say you lived here, you could walk to there, to here, or even up to here to get on the bus. It's as simple as that. But I do want to make the area a little bit more walkable. That's kind of what I want to do. So what I'll do, little cul-de-sac just there, we'll kind of bring you out here. We'll bring actually this out from just there. And is there a section where they connect? Not really. So what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of a wiggle. Let's kind of give it a little bit of character to get from point A to point B. So if I then also bring something out just here and then something out just there, we'll try and then get just some fun stuff going on with a little bit of a connection. So you can kind of get to all different areas just like that. From here to here, we'll do one. From here to here. We'll do one just here to here. So I know it's going to delete some stuff, but I've got to try and get it connected wherever I can. From there to there will be a good one, and we'll go this way too. And we'll get one last one, because it's quite a little bit of a distance out. We'll go for a nice little wiggle as well. Just like that. I think we'll do good with one just here. There we go. We'll snap one in just here as well. Like I said, I know it kills off some of the areas, but I've got to do it. It's got to be done. So a couple of little areas, we'll do a little bit of a crossroad right now for the road. So like I'll do one there. I know there's one like there that can cross, but I'll try to want to make it kind of as early as possible. We can really utilize these crossings because there'll be kind of low traffic areas in general. So it just kind of makes sense to add a couple in, unless there's a crossroads nearby. And we'll do it like that. Alright, there's one nearby there, one nearby there. Alright, there's a couple nearby there, so we'll leave them in. Add one there, one there. And I think we can get away with the rest. That will be fine for now. So this area is still slowly building up, but we've made it as accessible as we possibly can. Now there's a train already arrived. There's a train already here right now. So passengers are getting on and off, which is really good to see. So that will really aid the transport levels within the region. Right, that's good then. We'll leave that as it pretty much is. Now how are the trains over here then? So the trains are coming in and out. It's come from the airport. It's going to the cargo terminal all the way over there, which is good to see. So they're able to transport the goods back and forth. Very, very good. Very, very good. And do you think, I mean, what this train is now about to do is go all the way around again to go in that direction. Now, that is a little bit of an effort, a little bit of a journey, and it might kind of discourage a lot of cargo doing that because they could probably drive over there a little bit quicker. So we do need to encourage some crisscrossing happening. And I think we'll kind of make this take place around about here. So I'm hoping I can do this. If I anti-keyed it, alright, and I want to do it good. I mean, it's not perfect. It's a little bit glitchy. But it should do what I want it to do without causing too many issues. We'll see how it kind of goes in the long run. That's what we'll do. It is a bit shocking. I mean, if I was to do it anywhere else, say I did it here. Is that a bit better than that one? Yeah, I think we'll go for that one instead. Now, where are you heading to? You're going to the cargo terminal over there. So your directions, has your route updated yet? Where are you? Right, it was going to go there. It might despawn now. No, okay, it's updated. Right, sweet. Just tears through. There shouldn't be any train issues on this, but it shortens their route by doing another kind of revolution. So this is just for the funsies. Anyway, great stuff, great stuff. So nothing will happen until I get all this connected up anyway, but we'll get onto that a little bit later. So, this. I want to add a on and off ramp to this little section right now. So I'm pretty much building one of these. Now I've got to try and remember how I built this because it feels like a long time ago since I last built one. So from there to there is a 10. So if I get this just right. So from there to there is 33. So I need to go by a 23. There we go. And then that should be a 10, which it is. And then I got to do it like this. So if I come out by a 10, because the actual slip roads don't normally play ball. So that's a 10 there. And if I was to then build this to there, is it gonna bend for me? I want to say it's a 26. That's what I want to say. All right, 26. 26 rings a bell in what I've done previously in the past. So get that all in. So then obviously upgrade to where I want it. Flip that one back. And it's all got to be elevated too, by the way. So that goes that way. That goes that way. Oh. There we go. Sweet. Drag this straight under. And I can stay to a normal level right now. And there we go. We've got a nice little beautiful on and off ramp. But like I said, we kind of do need to bulk this up to a 3-lane highway. So let's do that right now then. So before I do anything else, let's get all this. Oh, what's going on here? Stay elevated, boy. There we go, there we go. So, and also out of city limits. I'll have to delete them and add them back in, wouldn't I? Right, hold on, pause. Boom, boom. And you're going straight out. I know it's a bit funky, but just roll with it, okay? Right, so this one side here has been kind of sorted out. It's already got the 2 lanes in the middle there that I don't have to kind of add in. They're already there. Just sort the lane management out. And I think because we've upgraded just over here too, we got to sort this out. So it goes 1 and a 1 into a 2, 2 and a 1 into a 3. That's pretty much how it's going to work. So the rest of it, I know it's still a bit questionable. Well, why are all these not in? Did I not add these in? And I know this is a bit questionable over here. And moving forward, but again, that's an issue for another time. I don't want to focus on that just yet. So let's sort out now the elevation changes. So with the slopes. So, oh, what did I do? Did I press the wrong button? Oh, wait, am I on connection tool? I am. That was weird. There to there. That's not elevated. Right, let's quickly elevate this then. Beautiful. We're good to go. Oh, last thing I'm going to actually do. Are they elevated, by the way? Yeah. I'm going to... There and there. There and there. It's for the turning circles. So when they're coming down, we can pretty much set it up like this. So that goes that way. That goes that way. You go there. So we're pretty much trying to reduce how often they crisscross their lanes. So you're only really then getting 4 lanes that kind of crisscross in a way. But it heavily reduces the confusion. I've got to turn the traffic lights off as well. Alright, bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. And the last one just there. Turn these off. They can kind of switch lanes in the middle, which is perfectly fine. But I feel like I need to add that system to over here too. So, bam, 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 bam. And there's no traffic lights on, is there? No. And quickly just... Okay, I'll put it into play mode then. And let them kind of play it out while we're doing it. Oh, hold on. We got an additional lane on this side, don't we? Well, that's slightly thrown me off. Right, can I upgrade that to this road? I understand why it's there. But we should have... Oh, it's only there that does it. I understand why it's there, because it was kind of added in to have that dedicated turning lane. That's why I originally did it, but we're doing this method now. This method all the way. So do the same here then. So straight on. Straight on. Turning. Oh, I've messed that up. There we go. That was so painful to watch, but we did it in the end. Glorious. So you will have a few little confusions, a few little blunders and all that kind of jazz. But the very basic side of it is it minimalizes how many crossovers that you do get. Now, we've implemented that in many, many of the other areas. Like over here. This one's a bit funky because it's a free lane. I don't know why we chose to do a free lane there. Did I set it up over here? I haven't even set it up to over that one just yet. Where we got another one? Over here. There we go. Got it set up there as well. Interesting. Very interesting. So nice. We got 2 highway connections ready to rock and roll. We've made this highway a little bit more efficient. There's going to be a lot of traffic from the get-go anyway, as people are still moving into this area. So it is what it is. This train station's seen 1,000 people. What? Why is there 1,000 people? Really? There's that many people in this area? That seems a bit ridiculous, doesn't it? That does seem a little bit ridiculous. Holy moly. That's a lot of people. That truly is a lot of people. Right, that train station's becoming very, very busy right now. Cargo ships for days are coming in left, right, and center. I gotta get this train line all connected back up. But I'm gonna redo this highway, because obviously it depends where these roads are now gonna be running down. So let's say that this first road here literally runs a parallel. And we have it just pretty much be a straight on connection. That's how that runs down. And if I did the same to this one, I think I need to choose one of these roads to have an on and off ramp like that, to allow us to have a decent connection. Now, I'm going to come out by another 30, because I'm going to make that one slightly bend. Bam, bam. It's then just down to me where I choose it to do the bend. So if I did it about there, and if I use the connection tool, it's just something a little bit different, isn't it? That's literally all it is, something a little bit different. So quite a decent size bend, kind of slightly bends away. Or do I have it happen a little bit closer? If I have it happen a little bit closer, it won't be as over the top, would it? So, yeah, if I brought this under to about there, if I did it here, it would be a lot more dramatic. But it'd be easier to manage, wouldn't it? It would be a lot easier to manage. So there we go. Simple setups. It means I can bring this down and we can kind of turn it and cross it over on this side here. So pause in for just a hot minute. Delete this. Which does take a while to delete. There we go. So what I've got to do is I've got to bring this straight a little bit more further down. Deleting all the wrong things right now. So highway should be 3-lane highway. Yes, it is. Elevated up. Well, I don't believe there's any confusion there, but I'll delete anyway just in case. So bring that to there. I think that is that the perfect, yeah, angle. Right, I thought it was going to actually bend around here, but that gives me the perfect space there to kind of create what I need to create. Now, what? I mean, I'm being lazy again. But if I was to go here to here, how does the maximum bend look? Not bad. I know I can parallel it, but like I said, lazy. Boom. There we go. So that becomes a bit more straight here. So that road coming down could potentially create a nice little kind of highway connection just there. We'll definitely do one here. So delete all this back. And let's quickly build this as quick as possible. So if I actually delete this section, because the easiest way for me to get that marker point, which is there. So I've got the node in the middle to kind of then work with doing our 10 distances. So I know that is 28, so we're doing an 18. And then coming away from here is a 40, so I really need to do a 30. Standard issue, mate. Alright, we go out by 10, out by 10, by 10, by 10. So I'm going to blitz through this right now as quick as possible. So that will be a 26, 26, 26, 26. So upgrade it all. So it looks a little bit sunken at the moment, but the elevation change will sort that all out. Right, that one needs to be flipped. This one here needs to be flipped. We have the road going underneath it. We then obviously bulk up 2 segments on each side. That needs to be elevated still. Like that. This here needs to be a 2-lane. Bam. And there we go. Simplistic, yet effective. So quickly sort out now the drops. Easy peasy. We're going to make sure there's no... Actually, I'll put it into play mode right now. Make sure there's no traffic lights. And just quickly set this up. So, do these turns first. So, straight over to there. So, the infrastructure is now in place to have multiple options on where you are wanting to travel. So, to there, there. So, we've really opened up now this side of the city, basically. That's what we've done. So there we go. So eventually we have like another little connection just there. But we've really opened up the area of the city. We've got these connections. So there might be roundabouts dotted around. It depends on how much traffic we do slowly start to see around this area. But I am shocked with how many passengers were here. Now, I'm just going to assume it's just the initial everybody moving in type of traffic. That's all I'm going to assume it is. It does mean that these bus routes are overwhelmed. Actually, you know what? They're not as bad as I thought. Again, it's just the initial traffic moving in. That's what you got to try and remember, isn't it? So don't get too crazy or too scared. Right. Trains coming down. Great stuff. Let's get our train line now connected. So now we can have something more dedicated connecting to this. So I'll wait for these trains to pass because I don't want to ruin their vibes. I think this one's going to turn as well, isn't it? Yeah. I don't want to ruin your vibes, trains. I don't want to ruin... Okay, I'm going to ruin that train's vibes. Right. Delete. So we're going to crush just there. So keeping it elevated. Straight over. Oh, we're elevated by 9. Hold on. Bring that back up to 10. So I'm keeping the whole thing elevated for now. And over here, we're now on the ground, which you can run on the ground. You know, it's perfectly fine. I've got this thing set to elevate. I have. There we go. So that's coming down to here. So if I run this as much as I can, and then we'll meet them. So this will stay elevated. All right, bring it to there. So that's, I want to try and do it. If I can get it to do like a 15 by 15, so 17 there, 15 by, that's a 16 on that connection. So delete you. So 15, and then bring it down to 10, obviously. Well, down to 0. No, down to 1 because of the gradient change. Well, that's not completely parallel, is it? Right, we'll use the connection tool. When in doubt, whip the connection out. Makes life a whole lot easier. Right, minimize that. Boom. So again, I don't really know how the rest of it's going to play out, so I'm just going to keep it to like this to begin with. It's fine. It's fine. So originally before, I went kind of under, over, and then connected in. To kind of replicate something like that. Do I have the same approach again? Or do I kind of keep it all on this one side to begin with? Right, deleting the trains. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Right, this is a little bit more difficult to do. I don't know how this is going to work out. Right, if I went off this node here and ran it down to there, I'm going to change this. Because I get to then work with this a little bit more. So bring this up to a 10. Alright, that's going to go across. And then we want to select a little section here. So if I went to about... How far away is this? That is... I say it's a 14. Yeah, that will be fine. A 10. And then do we meet this in the middle? Where do we pull it from? 11 by 11. Yeah, that'll be fine. So I know it's all different angles, but then we should be able to get the 21 just there. The 21 just there. Now we don't quite connect here. Pull it back slightly, we get the two connections. We've got the connections there, the connections there. And then do the exact same thing on this side. 21, 21. So no, okay, only one connection, but put it back. Got both of them. There's one there. There's one there. So then what I'm ultimately doing is selecting... Right, let's get rid of you for a second. Right, actually, first things first, because I know that these are all different heights, because I know it drops down to a 9 at some point, doesn't it? So I've got to bring it to there, then to there. Right, let's slightly adjust that. So yeah, okay, so if I select this node here and just have it to the object height of you, we'll come back to you in just a second. And yeah, okay, the rest of it we can work with. So, just to make sure everything's A-okay, get these all connected. So there to there is still a 10. So I know that's going to work. And if I go from there to here, so you'll get that slight gradient increase. And we've got to then upgrade these to being slightly elevated. As it all slowly starts to elevate up as it progresses to go and connect over there. So that's a little bit more of a simplified version of what we originally had. This kind of allows us to kind of extend our industrial area a bit more further and have the trains being elevated above. So it's nothing crazy. It, you know, gets to the point of how people need to connect wherever they do need to connect. But it makes a more simplified connection straight into here, into the airport, from coming from this route, which is very, very important for us. Very important. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad, boys. So, how is this airport doing anyway? We got 45 active flights right now, and they're all coming in. So I changed this. I mean, I know it's a little bit close to the highway at the moment, but I changed it up where runways go in both directions. So if you're landing, I mean, this taxiway is a little bit more redundant. It's more for just design. If you land in here, you can either go, bam, straight over, all the way down and in. And you're mainly dominantly for this side, but you can also kind of take yourself down that way. Coming this way, you land off, down, in, and you're there. But then leaving the airport, you'll come down here. Down here, you have the option to either take off straight away there or drive all the way down, and then off you go as well. So everything's as hopefully as easily accessible no matter which way you're coming from. That's what we're kind of hoping for anyway. Opens everything up a little bit, doesn't it? That's what it pretty much does. So, right. We've got a little bit of industrial demand right now. As soon as we've added in more residents over here, do you reckon we should spend some of that demand? I think we do. I think we should. Right. Boom, boom, boom. Industrial demand spent just there. I know we got a nice chunk of commercial just over here. We'll spend some more industrial over here right now. So this, I think we originally did place down a load of industrial through this. But I'm going to go a little bit OTT right now and have this huge section in. So, I mean, what's the public transport situation like over here? So it just comes to there. So eventually I was going to get these connected, but I feel like we've got to create some type of a hub. I mean, then again, I could have had a passenger train line station just here and add that third stop on this line, and then have a bus collect them. But again, it's still not the best idea as to have a subway line tearing through. I've got to do something around this section, don't I? But I'll leave it for now anyway, because you just don't know how it's going to play out. I truly don't know how it's going to play out just yet, so I'll leave it for just a hot minute. But I do have options, that's the great thing. So, a couple of vehicles. Anybody using all this? Yeah, vehicle turning off there, vehicle turning off there. So, not at the moment handy for everybody, but there's definitely a few people using it. A couple of vehicles over here using this, which is good to see. So we have some use for it. But again, it just opens up these areas to what we kind of want to do. Great stuff, boys. So he's coming in right now, going to the cargo hub just over here. So he's come from outside of the region, which is interesting. Oh, we got a train skedoodling down here going to this terminal. So using our new train line that we've just implemented in. And we're getting quite a lot of nice little crossover here too. So hopefully, I mean, everything's all perfectly set up. The distances, the lines, the lengths are hopefully good enough, if you're doing it all correctly, that they just wait their turn. There's no traffic jams. It's just a case of wait your turn and we'll get to you. City limits. This is something that we kind of need to be very, 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 very wary about. So, segments. We are approaching halfway, which is getting me nervous. Same with the net nodes as well. We're approaching, boys. So, only thing that's looking a little bit tasty right now is the actual vehicle active. Now, we do have the more vehicles mod, so we can go up to 65,000. So, we've got no issues at the moment with limiting the amount of vehicles. Once they start limiting the vehicles, that's when you kind of start to have issues with industrial and commercial, because they can't ship the goods as easy. But as long as you set up really, really good train lines and shipping lines, then, you know, they will take the flak for the minimal vehicles. And again, it's all about increasing the public transport, so we can get more vehicles off the road so we can use them more for cargo side of it. Parked cars, we're literally halfway to our parked cars. Actually, no. We would be at our limit for parked cars, but obviously we have the more vehicle mod anyway. So that will kind of just increase slightly. But that's interesting. The parked car situation. Citizens, I mean, nowhere near it. We can go up to 1 million apparently. Transport lines were okay. It's just the nodes and segments. They're the stuff that's going to make me not be able to build anymore. But if we're on our way to halfway and I've built what I've built so far, all I got to do is fill in all these little nooks and crannies, and it won't really put much on top of it because we've done the main bit of work. That's what we've really done. Trees, 300,000. I can go up to 1 million. So again, I'm going to go a little bit easy on the trees for quite some time. And I've only used one prop apparently in this whole city. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. But as we start to kind of sprawl out with this design, then, you know, as opposed to the grids, then you kind of spread out how many nodes and segments you can kind of utilize through these areas. So that's kind of okay as well. I do need to also work with some terrain. I did want to start kind of upping the levels. So if I go for a brush size here, just slightly increase it, not too much, and then we're smoothing it all off. But towards the edge of the map right now is where I kind of want to start doing some hills. And this would have allowed us to pull out in some areas, some kind of height changes. Some will be a lot more advanced than others, a lot taller than others, but it just kind of allows us to start to add a little bit of definition. What have I just done? Start to add a little bit of definition to the area. And then kind of then make us feel like we're in like some kind of large bowl or something like that. But this is how we'll work with it. So this is just kind of like a really, really basic kind of design. You don't really see much change, but over here we can pull it out a bit further. Over here we'll have some high mountain sides coming in too, and that's how we start to add the definition to the Foolsopolis and just make it not feel like a completely flat land. That's kind of what we'll do. So we'll like pull up like a couple of mounds just here, completely smoothing the tops out, bring them all out. So the bases kind of pull out a bit more. So not going to be huge hills here, but there's going to be some hills anyway. So I'm trying to pull that out a little bit further. Just keep going around in a ring. And you won't see it too much, because I don't want too much to be in this area. But it just adds a little bit of definition. There's a slight bump. That's all there is. But when you start to build and the buildings start to go a little bit higher than normal, you start to see the changes happen then. So just small little things. Oh, I've done that wrong again. That are going to happen. Oh, undo. And we'll start to see some differences changing. We're going to go pull around the edges. So here is probably going to be the lowest one out of all of them I've done, because of the train line. Pull that back away from the train line. But this is just very minute changes that we're going to be implementing. This one here, you won't even see much of a difference. You can just see a slight bump on the crests. But that's what we're going to slowly start doing towards the edges. Now we're going past this highway, the outer ring highway anyway, which is going to be interesting. So we'll see how things go. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you're seeing this, then there's probably a 99% chance that the save game is no longer corrupt. But we'll see how things go. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So good.